Hello everybody, this announcement is to help you with give you some feedback, some general feedback on the Atticus versus Momma essay. So this student did really well, but first of all I want to take a look at and she gave me permission to use it. So first of all, here's the heading, perfect, look at the date, look at the Model A she chose, here's the title, and then since she used Model A, it's going to be Introduction and Thesis first. Excuse me one second here. So she used Model A again, and Introduction and Thesis Statement is the first title for this first paragraph. Notice how she gives the information, and she used the impacts of social class. There are 2 crash course videos, so make sure you give the title when you're introducing it. So ICE, introduce, cite, explain. Some students put in their intro paragraphs, through studying the video impacts of social class. If you're not going to use the video or cite from it in the introduction, don't bring it in at all. You don't have to. Just wait and use it as support in one of the body paragraphs. So you don't need to bring in all of your information. The only reason that you're bringing in I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings and To Kill a Mockingbird, and notice that she gave both authors as well, is because the main characters, Atticus and Momma, are coming through from these 2 novels. So that is okay there, because you want to introduce those characters, because maybe your audience doesn't know who they are. Now you're giving them some context. But again, if you're not going to cite crash course video, don't put it in here. You don't need to put in by examining the 2 novels and crash course videos, blah, blah, blah. That's okay. You don't need to do that. All right. And let's see. Notice that she put the period after the citation. If the period's after the citation, your readers will know that this 10-second where she found this goes with this citation. All right, let's take a look at her thesis. It is clear through textual evidence that Atticus is in a higher social class than Momma because of the factors regarding occupation, race, and family backgrounds. Perfect. Now, you could have stopped at factors, but if you lay out the plan of development, 1, 2, 3, then you know that your first paragraph, your first pro argument will be occupation, second pro will be race, and your third per paragraph will be about the family background. So here, is it clear? Yes. I know that Atticus is the pro and Momma is going to be the con or the opposing. Some students put opposing views claim that Momma is from a higher class than Atticus, period. That's confusing. Be really direct. Just put this here. Opposing views, I would wait and use that in a counter and refuting paragraph only. Now, one student did put opposing views claim that Momma is from a higher class than Atticus, period. However, comma, it is not true. Atticus is from up there. That last sentence would be the topic sentence, and it's clear. Again, you don't need to bring in opposing views in the introduction paragraph. So I want to show you, just so we're all on the same page. She chose Model A, and give me one second here. I'm going to minimize this and pull up this. So she chose Model A, so thesis statement, intro thesis statement is the first paragraph, and then pro argument 1, 2, 3, counter argument and refute, and conclusion. And remember, on your research essays, you may have pro argument 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Counter and refute maybe 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. Use this as an overall guideline. Okay, so notice that it's Model A, pro, counter, and argue. Now, some students chose Model A, and then pro argument. Remember, this student, she chose Atticus as the pro. Most of you did. That's fine. But pro argument paragraph 1 should be about Atticus only. Pro, Atticus, pro, Atticus. Momma should not be in here. Okay? Momma is the counter, the opposing. Then you'll bring her in here. Some students, if you're going to bring in Momma and Atticus in both, turn it into a counter argument and refute. Counter argument. Make sure you're choosing the right model. All right? So again, this student chose Model A. Here we are. Let's go back to that. Okay, so pro argument number 1, Atticus, social class, because he was his occupation. Notice that the thesis statement says occupation first in its plan of development. Atticus, good. Here, the video, again, she gave the title of the video. She cited it properly the periods after. Here, she's citing the book. Okay, period, Lee 2, period. I know this is from page 2. Pro argument 2, before we even look at the topic sentence, we should be able to say, oh, it's going to be about race, because that's number 2 in the thesis statement. So here we go. During the time period, race played. See how she's following this to a T. And again, she gives her information, and Momma is not brought in here because Momma is not the pro. Momma is the con, or the opposing. Now, if she wanted to go point by point, race for race, then she could, but change it to counter argument. Okay, you might want to say opposing views claim that Momma was from a higher class because of her race. Then you would change that to counter and refute. But here it's pro. It only talks about Atticus. Pro argument 3, we know it's going to be the last point, the family background, which was in the thesis statement. Her topic sentences are beautiful. Again, follow all of this. Notice as she's giving the title again. I think she has to give the title here because we have 2 crash course videos and we need to differentiate between the 2. Now, if she gave the full title, which she did up there, I would be okay and say in the video Sociology 25, if she shortens it because she's already given the full title, then I would know I know what video she was talking about. Okay, 320, period. Again, the citation's after. Okay, now we're going to counter, argue, and refute. Now I know when I see counter argument, you're going to bring in the counter, the opposing, the con, so I know Momma is going to be here. And then you're going to refute or spin it back to Atticus. So here it is often argued that the character Momma from the novel I Know by Angela is higher social class than Atticus. I don't even think she needs to put the title here because she's already told me in the beginning Momma is from I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. I think she was just she put the title there to be clearer, but that's fine. If she didn't put it, that was also okay. It is often argued that this is clearly an argumentative topic sentence. Then she goes on and she followed the steps that I gave you in the document. And then she refutes back to Atticus. Some students countered, but they didn't refute. So they only talked about Momma and then they jumped to the closing. The point of counter is you need to refute. You need to spin it back to your side. And what's your side in this instance? Atticus. Atticus is the pro, so end on that. And then her closing. Notice that her closing has no highlighting. Closing paragraphs have no topic sentence because you're basically just summarizing everything you've done. You're not bringing any new material in. If you are bringing new material in, maybe you need to have another body paragraph and you're not ready for the closing. Okay, now let's take a look here. Look at the work cited. Notice, and some students look at Angelou Maya. It's a novel, italics, good. 1997. I've given you both of these for the free text that we're using. Some students have 1969 and some have 1960 here. That's telling me that you're just going out and you don't need to. I've given you the information. All right? You don't need to follow the information I give you. I'm trying to make this as easy as possible for you. I want you to be able to concentrate on the writing. I don't want you to be jumping out everywhere. Okay. And then social class ST, the impacts. Now some students are putting the impacts in front. I'm okay because if you're going by the I instead of T for the, but this is the way I would have done it. And notice hin, hanging indent, everything looks good. All right, and then here, why? Well, teacher, why is social class and poverty? Why is that not in italics? Because it's a video. And where's the video? What container? What is holding that video? YouTube. That's why YouTube is in italics. Look here, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. What's holding that novel? Nothing. It's on its own. It's its own container. That's why the title is italicized. Okay, so this paper was good. I'm going to, you know what, this is getting too long. I'll make another video. And again, she didn't use you and we and this paper is about. That's so informal. Be concise. Now, other teachers may accept it. I don't. I want you guys to learn how to write very formally. And then if you want to take it down a notch in other classes, that's fine if the teachers allow it. But please, you, we, it's not necessary unless you're talking about we, my family, and I, as long as we can be qualified, but do not use generic we. Okay, this paper was good. I hope this feedback helps you. I'm going to make another video where I give you hints about the research essay, race versus socioeconomic or status, social class. Okay, take care, everybody.